Hello. Welcome to the First Issue Club. We're your weekly comic book podcast where, just like Sue Storm, we love a good read. We are in a room right now surrounded by comic books. We need your help. We got in over our heads. There's tons of just fun covers that at the time I thought, this doesn't hurt anything. This is innocent, good fun. Buying these dollar comic books. First Issue Club is stuck. I'm worried we're going to run out of oxygen. Mm-hmm. But in the meantime, we might as well make content.
I've been eating ratio variants for the past 2 days.
Yeah, we've eaten a lot of comics already. That's how we've decided to move forward.
Mm-hmm. Any favorite varieties?
The lenticulars have a good mouthfeel.
Yeah, that's right. Something different.
A good crunch.
Mm-hmm.
The metal cover was a bad move.
That
sure.
Coming out.
That was
not great.
my finest move.
Yeah.
Don't have a ton of those, so.
Yeah. Although the leather cover for Wonder Woman Amazonia was a nice treat.
Mm-hmm. Like jerky.
That was pretty good.
Yeah. Perfect. Okay.
So, it was crazy, though. I ate a Boom comic, and what came out was a Scout comic.
Shots fired.
That was pretty good. Thanks, Greg.
You did it.
Hey, everyone.
Hey, welcome to our humble podcast. A humble podcast brought to you by Space Camper Cosmic IPA. Look at us on our video feed and how tall these cans are. Public service announcement. Did you know several varieties of Space Camper come in tall boys? You can buy them one at a time at your liquor store. I've got a Space Camper Quantum Hop Tall Boy, 9.5% alcohol by volume, not to be messed with. A killer can feels very metal and badass. Vargas, hit him with what you've got.
I've got a Juice Nova, 9%. The Superstellar IPA with passion fruit power blaster.
That's what we're talking about. I love on the side of these cans, they have like accessories. Yeah. Like mine has with Hoppy Hypercharge, and it looks like a video game power-up.
So good.
There's extra can space. Why not fill it with cool extra designs?
That's right. They didn't just make Space Camper like twice as tall.
That's right.
That would have been very lazy.
Yes.
They want you to have fun.
That's right.
Greg, what do you got?
I have a little shorty here, a little Star Striker, out of this world IPA. For soccer, for sports, everyone, not just for sober people. We, too, that drink Space Camper IPA can enjoy sports at any point. And thank you, Boulevard IPA, Space Camper IPA, for including us in that journey.
Yep. Wow.
Cheers.
We love you, and big time cheers. And a sip. Ceremonial sip. Mm. Wow. Yum, yum.
Give me some.
Down in my
Tum-tum.
Space Camper Cosmic IPA.
It's not a beer.
It's a journey.
Journey. Damn it.
I think it's high time to stop gendering these cans. They're no longer tall boys.
Tall folk.
They're biggins.
Biggins.
Mm.
We got regulars and then biggins.
I'm on board.
Or European size and American size.
Sure. Midwest, Texas.
Yes, yeah. Exactly.
Hey, how about it? What a great idea. Thank you, Greg.
Thank you. You are welcome.
You can check out the rest of the podcast. You've done your part.
Good night.
Before we started recording here, we had a great conversation about video games. I mean, tangentially related to nerd culture. We're excited about Ocarina of Time getting a remake. We're deliberating whether or not it's worth it yet to purchase a Switch 2. Verdict's out.
I want to see gameplay.
Yeah.
I want to see a longer trailer.
I want to know how much is different about this thing. Given it's been a while since I've played it, but I would also like the promise of additional gameplay if I'm going to spend like $450 on a new console to play it.
Plus 70 to get the game.
Well, yeah, that's exactly right. I also... Could you throw in a special edition Switch 2 that looks Zelda-themed? Then you got my money, baby.
I would be shocked if they don't.
Yeah.
Can we
They
also just say, within the last week and a half, Xbox Game of Play,
Uh-huh.
PlayStation
Is Xbox
State
still
of
a
Play,
thing?
yeah.
Dude, Xbox
dropped some fucking bombs.
spicing up.
Really?
They got a new CEO, and this new CEO was
Oh.
like, I'm just going to look at what people are tweeting and do that.
Yeah, like what a CEO should do.
I
Yeah.
thought they'd kind of bowed out at this point.
They kind of had, and then
Yeah.
they hired this new woman who is like
okay.
taking them in the right direction,
PS5 had been throwing bows for the last 5 years.
which is frustrating because they've rested on their laurels.
You think so?
PS5?
PS5, for sure.
With like exclusives and yeah.
The PS5 doesn't have an Uncharted game, which is like a travesty.
That's kind of funny to think about.
I don't really consider that a travesty.
I mean,
They got a new Tomb Raider.
eventually, but that's a remake of Tomb Raider 1 from the 90s.
Okay. They have a new God of War.
They have a new God of War.
Or is that cross-gen?
Well, it's going to be...
Everything's pretty much cross-gen.
it's cross-platform.
Let's give PS5 this. They came in and gave us a platformer in the form of Astrobot
So
that
much
is
fun.
now their Mario.
True.
Yeah. Yes, 100%.
What a banger of a game that like gives you a new experience while also simultaneously honoring all the past experiences and the hardware and game fandom.
Mhm.
It is such a cool gameplay experience from the original like demo to the more full game. I've got to see more of those.
Yeah.
That game was so good.
Yeah.
And I'm like, keep giving us more of that. This has the potential to be your Mario.
Totally.
I'm sure Sackboy is pretty upset right about now.
Was Sackboy a third-party game?
Oh, that's a
I
good question.
I don't think Sony made that,
Well,
but it's
I think they were,
intrinsically associated with. It might have been an exclusive.
It
I
was
think they were like a Sony-owned studio.
Okay.
Yeah,
but-
it was one of their bigger platforms that was just like, oh,
Yeah.
people really love this
Yeah.
thing.
Mhm.
Yeah. Kind of like God of War is Santa Monica Studios is owned by Sony,
Yeah.
but they are technically third party.
Yes. Right.
Could the same be said for Nintendo and Pikmin?
No, Pikmin is developed by Nintendo. It could be said about Pokemon. Pokemon is technically owned by Game
Oh, okay.
Freak,
Sure,
But
but
Ga-
only comes out on Nintendo.
but because Nintendo owns Game Freak.
Did you guys ever put lyrics to old like Nintendo 8-bit songs?
Yeah.
Brother, I put lyrics to the sound of my rod knocking in my engine.
Uh-huh.
Like, I'll put lyrics to anything. I'll put lyrics to my popcorn popping in the microwave.
Okay, so we all did it.
Yeah.
Moving on.
I made my own radio shows with my little record button.
We'll have to do a capsule episode where we record all of our Nintendo lyrics that we used to sing to ourselves as children.
Okay, I'm in.
All right, back to comic books after a video game detour. Thanks for entertaining us in that. Any comic book news, anything on the headlines that you're excited about, or do we get to the banger first issues we read this week? Oh, look at this guy.
Gotta talk about it.
Uh-huh.
It has started. It has begun.
Uh-huh.
Magic the Gathering is doing a big crossover with Marvel.
Yep.
And we've got our first promo card,
Mhm.
courtesy of Avengers Armageddon that came out this week. Every copy came with a promo copy of the Magic card Warstorm Surge with exclusive Ryan Stegman art.
Yep.
I could not be more excited.
Mhm.
Two of my favorite nerd things crossing over. The only thing that has me worried, have not seen a Moon Knight card so far. Don't think they're going to do a Moon Knight card.
Oh no, that can't be right.
I have not seen one
Do
yet.
they release the like full directory or checklist of cards ahead of time?
Yeah, it's all online.
To me, that kind of takes a little bit. I guess that makes sense for the kind of game Magic is and the kind of like people who are the real fans. But it also takes a little bit of like the fun and surprise out of
Sure.
the opening of a pack experience of being like, wow, this is part of the thing.
Well, it's
I
because
guess
Magic is a game and
Yes.
not a trading card set.
Yeah,
Right? So, like,
right.
you don't want to show up to your Friday Night Magic and rip a bunch of packs and have no idea what the mechanics are or the cards or whatever.
That's true. You would think it would. To me, it would be fun if they threw a couple things in that it's like, oh, there's a pre-existing concept for this card or that card, but this is like the Marvel skin of it.
Oh, they do that, but they don't keep them hidden.
But yeah, it would be fun surprise if it was just like, it's Fireball, but it's Human Torch.
Yeah, right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. Like you know this card's going to be in the set.
Yes,
but you don't know what the treatment's going to look like.
Yeah, right, exactly. Leave a little bit of shock and awe for us, Wizards of the Coast. If that's your real name,
a little mystery wouldn't hurt you.
Yeah. Did you guys see the boxes of packs have kind of dropped in price? We had talked a while back about just like going in on a box of cards to
open on the
show for funsies, and I poo-pooed the idea because at the time they were like $250. I looked the other day, $130.
Yeah, that's about right.
Everybody's like discounting these 30 to 40% for some reason. Maybe it's just because they're in that pre-order window and
because they're blasé now. They got the Garfield secret layer drops.
True.
Who gives a fuck about Bucky Barnes? I want normal.
So I'm more open to it. I might.
Hey, we got him. We got Dad.
I'm not opposed to even like $100. I'm like, I might just do that myself and open a shit ton of Magic cards.
And we don't get to keep any of the cards.
But if you guys want to split a box for a hundo with podcast funds,
I'd be into that.
Yeah, I mean,
maybe we do that.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. I'm just gonna give my cards to Andy anyway. So.
I was planning on getting at least one pack of collector's edition and opening it on the podcast.
Yeah,
because gotta see those. I mean, have you guys seen any of the treatments they've doing? They've got like old Jack Kirby art.
Yeah,
I mean all kinds of
some
really
of the
cool
cards
stuff.
look really cool. So when you buy a single pack of the collector's edition, are you going to like a specialty store to do that?
I mean, yeah, you got to go to a card store
because they don't have that sort of thing at like your Targets.
Well, and if they do, they're wiped out.
Yeah,
immediately
people buy them immediately. Yeah, and those are just they're around $40 a piece. Is that not right?
Yeah, 35 to 40.
35 to 40. Yeah.
Andy, I have a opinion about it, but I want to get your take on what Target is now doing to prohibit scalpers from like just ransacking their shelves for Pokemon
love
cards.
This. I think I know what you're talking about. I think this is so great.
So if you don't know, what they're doing is they're either cutting the blister pack corner or they're taking the Elite Trainer boxes out of the plastic wrapping.
Yeah.
So essentially, to scalpers in the secondary market, it's worthless because
you
it's
could
not
have
sealed.
Just opened it up and put like resealed packs in it at that point, right?
The doubt is there.
Yeah. And so you've got viral videos now of people pissed at Target employees and they're like, where's this mandate coming from? And I love this Target manager in one of these videos who's like, mandate comes from me. You wouldn't be pissed about it if you weren't just taking these and selling them online so kids can't get Pokemon cards.
Yeah.
That's the thing that pisses me off the most.
Yep.
Is that Pokemon cards are for children.
Yes.
And not that people our age can't enjoy them, but it's absolutely disgusting to buy Pokemon cards away from places where they're accessible to kids.
In bulk.
And make it so a kid has to ask for a Christmas gift of an inflated price Pokemon box, and they get busted ass cards for quadruple the price just for the experience of ripping a handful
Opening
of packs
a goddamn
open.
pack of cards.
That sucks. So good on you, Target, and or the especially at least the managers.
Target has been the most
at individual stores who are taking it upon themselves to say, hey, we're not going to allow this stuff anymore. Yeah. I think that's great. That hobby's absolutely been ruined.
I agree.
By terrible, greedy people and hype beasts. Yes, we're doing a little finger clap.
Finger claps. Go off, King. I agree. I think it's long overdue.
Yeah.
That something had to be done to shackle these people. I mean, doesn't matter if you like the One Piece game, Magic,
Yeah.
Pokemon, Lorcana, even fucking baseball cards.
Yeah.
It has been just swooped in on and abducted by these secondhand sellers.
I'm absolutely priced out of. I used to be such a baseball card and basketball card collector.
We used to go all the time and get them.
I'm priced out of it now, which is nuts to be like a 40-year-old with a full-time job, and I'm like, I can't buy baseball cards.
Yeah.
I mean, like I can, but the only way to do it that makes sense is buy singles, because when a box of cards is $40 if you're lucky enough to find it at Target, but actually the card shop in the suburbs went around to all the Targets and bought the maximum boxes they could and then marked them up in their own shop, $60.
Yeah.
I'm not spending $60 for a bunch of trash base cards so I get the fun of opening packs for myself. I'm buying a $60 card online because 99 times out of 100, that's the smarter way to buy something. You can get like a banger card for $60 instead of opening a bunch of just like bogus base cards. If you're not trying to be an influencer, sorry, I'm like
go off, man.
Too heated now.
Do it.
I wish anything Magic related was only $60. I'll just say
the Magic stuff is kind of nuts.
The decks for the Marvel set, like the pre-built Commander decks, are $75.
Yeah.
The base version.
That's wild.
And what sucks is Wizards of the Coast specifically is now doing a ton of fun things.
Yeah.
Like they're doing Final Fantasy, they're doing Spider-Man, they're doing Marvel
deck was
for the
so
fans,
cool.
for regular folks just to enjoy, and the secondary market got its claws in there and just like took it off the shelves. So like a kid nowadays can't just stumble across this stuff.
Yeah.
And pick up a pack organically and is like, what's this? $3. Okay, I have an allowance left over for $3. Opening it and then finding a new hobby.
Yeah.
And finding something that may connect with them on a level that like just like fuels them through their adolescence.
Yeah. Andy, can I ask you this?
Yes.
So the collector's edition packs, and they obviously have better, rarer cards in them.
Well,
right.
So they've got. I'm gonna get all this wrong, but like a normal pack of cards has one guaranteed rare or mythic, and then there's 14 cards in the pack or 13 cards. So you've got whatever 8 commons and 6 uncommons, and then 1 spot for a rare mythic.
Yeah, right.
The collector's packs have they're all foil first of all. In a collector's pack, but it's the same kind of thing where it's like 7 commons, 6 uncommons, and then you have a spot for like 3 or 4 rare or mythics, and then one of those spots is like
a real banger.
Well, it's all about the art that's on the card. You have like the potential to get the super secret card art.
Yeah.
So does the potential exist in a typical booster pack to pull some of those cards, or are the collector packs like completely different?
So you can get the card, but it's not the card that makes the value, it's the treatment. They're variant covers, right?
Okay.
So there are
put this in terms I can understand.
The ratio variants.
It's a ratio
there are ratio variants that are only in the collector packs.
Okay.
But the full set of cards, with some exceptions, but they're
I have access to in the booster packs.
In the full booster set.
Yeah.
Yes, correct.
Okay.
Correct. So you can pull a Mind Stone from a base booster pack, but chances are incredibly rare. You only have 1 per pack. You're not going to get the super ultra mega secret, right?
Those are reserved.
Those are reserved for the collectors. And then I think because Wizards is also doing this other thing where they have like an extra sheet of cards in every set that are like we talked about. It's an old Magic card, but they put a new skin on it.
Yeah.
They do those and they call them special guests. I think those special guest cards can be found in any pack but whatever. All this shit's online. But
Yeah.
I mean, the long and short of it is that your collector packs have the chance to pull all the super rare stuff.
Yeah.
And the base set only has the
Mhm.
base stuff in it.
The full art alternate
Yeah, all that
artwork,
in foil. all that
foil,
stuff.
yeah.
Sports cards have a common thing
Mhm.
with the hobby box
Yep.
versus the blaster box.
Yes.
Yeah.
The hobby box is going to have like
Your jersey.
guaranteed 2 signatures and a jersey swatch,
Yeah.
and you might get like the printing plate for the card in the pack of
Right.
cards.
Yeah.
As like a 1-of-1 specialty thing.
Those
But you could still, buying
Man.
like normal packs of cards, you could still get like 1 out of 5 of
Yeah.
some player, but your chances of getting that in a booster box versus a hobby box are much smaller.
those hobby boxes rule because like
They used to be so like I used to be able to afford those.
yeah,
I used to like those Allen and Ginter cards
love
that
those.
are like like these old school like vintage feeling cigarette box cards. You could buy a hobby box of those for under $100
Yeah.
and get all these like really funny autographs and
Yeah.
a piece of the Bubble Boy weather balloon.
Yeah.
Like
There was one that had like Babe a fragment of Babe Ruth's bat.
Oh, that rules.
And you're just like, this is
Yeah.
historic. Like I own a
Yes.
piece of history now.
Yes.
And that is half the fun of it.
Yeah, hair of JFK's. Like,
Holy
there's
shit.
all
That's
kinds-
God.
There's all kinds of like insane stuff that they put in these cards, and it's so fun to open them up and just be like, oh, the comedian from 30 Rock who always wore the hats.
Oh, I have one of his shirt.
Yes, there's one of the he.
He like you donate a piece of clothing,
Yes.
and they'll cut it up. I have a piece of R.L. Stein's sweater. I have an autograph from Bobby Moynihan.
Yeah.
Like there's just random shit in these things.
Those boxes were so much fun.
They're a blast, and now they're just too damn
And
expensive.
now they're completely inaccessible to
Yeah.
me, and it's such a drag.
Thanks, fucking YouTube shitheads.
Dude.
Yeah, and so much of the fun is the mystery and like, what am I gonna get in this thing and leaving it up to chance?
Yeah.
But it's just not worth leaving up.
Yeah,
to chance
one of the
anymore.
common cards was like egg. And it was just like a watercolor painting of an egg,
Yeah,
and on the back it just said, "It's an egg."
yeah,
That's
Like,
amazing.
what do you want? Like,
great source of protein.
yeah, it's
Yep.
oh man. They for a while there, they were on some real heaters of just like these people are crazy.
I love the Amazon reviews of Allen and Ginter boxes that people don't know what they're getting, who are like these like baseball hype beasts,
Mhm.
and they're like half of the cards were for like Pocahontas and shit like
Yeah.
that. It's
Yeah.
like we
no,
love,
like for real.
we
One's like
love
Mark
that
Twain.
stuff.
You're like, what the hell?
Yeah, that's the stuff that like I geek out over.
Yeah. It's so cool.
Yeah. So
It's like if Bad Idea made baseball cards.
Yeah, no, I love that.
It's just like, did you get the Phillips head screwdriver card?
Can-
Sure did.
Can you buy them as like single packs, or can you only get them as like a
yeah,
box?
you can buy them in single packs.
Yeah.
I mean, it's getting more and more rare to find single packs of anything anywhere.
Yeah,
But like,
Mhm.
you can buy single packs at a Walmart or a Target for like a very short period of time before they sell
I
out.
think Vintage Stock has
And then
some.
What
That's
vintage
awesome.
stocks or these like collectible type stores will
Mhm.
do is that they will order hobby boxes
and,
and you
open
can
'em.
buy a hobby pack, but the hobby packs will cost you like $20.
Yeah,
Yeah.
It's
Because you've got really high chances of getting a signature or
yeah.
Yeah.
something limited.
So if you got like an extra $20 laying around, it's fun to just like, just to see. Like, it's kind of like gambling.
That's another thing where I used to go into places like a vintage stock and be like, ooh, give me the hobby pack of like this, that, or the other.
Mhm.
And like, I remember it like spending $10 on one
Yeah.
and being like, this is crazy expensive.
Uh-huh.
But now people are selling single packs for $70 of stuff.
That's, ugh,
and it's like, your
wipe me down.
the hit in that box might be a bench player's signature. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like something you could buy on eBay for like $3.
Yeah.
And
It's like-
that's
it's
what
like-
you're paying $70 for the chance of like, you want to get the Victor Wembanyama 1 of 5 autograph
Right.
refractor.
Not happening.
But it's your chances of that are
Yeah.
slim to none.
No, I want
So you're just
JFK hair card.
it's like throwing $70 in a fire.
And what you would get is like the skin graft of RFK.
Dude, that is what I would. That is what I would get.
well tanned leathered skin.
The
from
brainworm.
RFK.
What is this like?
Brainworm, dried brainworm. from
Holy
RFK.
shit. Okay, I would buy a ton of those hobby boxes if Brainworm
chance
was
of
one of
Brainworm?
the cards. Holy shit. This guy ran the country for a little bit. Oh, speaking of comic books,
Speaking of brainworms,
Mm-hmm.
Avengers Armageddon.
do we all read it?
I read it.
Yes, do we want to just get into the comics?
Let's do it.
I mean, I can't believe we're starting with Avengers Armageddon and not absolute Catwoman, but
I think we start with the banger.
okay.
And
Implying that Absolute Catwoman is not a banger, but go ahead.
Interesting.
But go ahead.
Interesting.
in the way that this is Marvel's blockbuster summer event.
Sure.
Absolute Catwoman is another blockbuster
Uh-huh.
submission in the world of the Absolute verse.
Sure.
I'm going to get this out of the way. This was the most lackluster first issue for the most excited I've been for a Marvel event.
Wow.
This
Okay, Greg.
this single issue
We
made
know-
me feel
This
like
is normally a place of positivity. You're
It is
coming out swinging.
here's the thing. I'm positive I'm going to buy all these issues
Okay.
because this gave me Civil War vibes, and I haven't been excited about a event since War of the Realms.
Yeah.
And this is giving me big shifts of like things are going to be different after this.
Okay.
We-
But
this first issue could have been an email.
So
It could have been an email.
I have to like open it up again to like
No.
reconcile these
I,
tapes.
I understand where you're coming from.
This is a lot like what anime does
Uh-huh.
with like
This is like a full episode of
and like previously on Dragon
Yeah.
Ball Z. And it's
just
like,
like a Goku charging up episode.
yes, this is like kind of getting you, the reader, acclimated to what's been happening last few months.
Well, you
So-
need that, right? Because you're going to tune in for the event, but not everybody's been reading Captain America 1 through 15 or whatever.
Yes, I totally agree. That could have been half the issue. I don't know what we're.
So here's what I thought was interesting, because I sort of thought the same thing. I was like, this is they're doing a lot of cool stuff. There's a lot of cool setup here.
Yeah,
I'm excited for the rest of this.
1000%.
The thing that I thought was interesting, Mike D, look at the front of this book. Look at the number 1. What does it say below it?
Oh, Legacy 803. This is an
This is an
Avengers comic.
Avengers issue.
That's interesting.
This is not a separate event.
Interesting.
Really interesting, right?
That is super interesting.
this
I'm
is
glad you caught that.
within the context of the mainline Avengers series.
Yeah.
Right.
Just like No Surrender and
Exactly.
yep.
Road Home, all that
Mhm.
stuff. So it makes me wonder if this is not actually the event, if they're going to do like a 6-part series or a 4-issue thing.
You think Armageddon's coming?
And then they do a kickoff
yeah.
that actually is the Marvel wide event.
Yeah. Okay, so the context of this book. General Ross
Yes,
has defeated Doom.
correct.
Or did he defeat Doom or someone else defeated Doom? Doom is gone.
Doom is gone from the events.
America defeated Doom.
And in such, General Ross has taken over Latveria, basically renamed it New America. They're in Democracy City. Is that correct?
Yes.
Which
Formerly
is
Doomstot.
which is kind of what Carl Tuckerson or Tucker Carlson. No, in this book, there's a Carl Tuckerson. Would rename a city
Yeah.
in the same way that like Dollywood would like rename different cities after Dolly Parton.
It is so true though that if you let like
The MAGA shaman.
the MAGA shaman name
A new
a city that was like overtaken, it would be just like Freedomville. You know what
Yeah.
I mean?
yeah, like Jimmy Buffett from heaven is just like,
Yeah.
hell yeah, brother.
Mhm.
Name it Freedomville. Like It is.
Jimmy Buffett would name it Margaritaville, first of all.
I know. Parrot Head Island. It is. People laugh at it because you're just like, this. There's no way that would happen. But you see what the history that's been having, you're just like, that's absolutely what would happen.
Yes.
They would have the dumbest name possible for the most horrific event that caused it. It's Chip Zdarsky is maybe the smartest man that I know in comic books right now, as far as just like writing complex stories that are obtainable to the everyday reader.
Yeah. Well, again, it's really interesting to see a Canadian's vision of what America is, right? Like this is truly like an outsider's view. This is the global view of what our country is right now.
Right. And we had the same sentiment when he started writing Captain America.
Yeah.
We were just like, this is a fascinating petri dish of idea.
And so here's the other.
Well, it's like what a lot of people in America have a hard on for, which is just like, hey, let's annihilate these people and make kick ass.
Yeah,
it's
first,
just be like us everywhere.
Shoot first, ask questions later.
Yeah.
Here's the other thing that makes me think that this is like a sort of a setup event is we get this returning character from Zdarsky's Captain America run, Colton, whatever. Colton Jackson, whatever his name is.
Yeah. I mean,
the Captain America from the early 2000s.
Who is
David Colton.
David Colton.
Which, I mean, for me, this issue is worth the price of admission for just the David Colton pages.
Totally.
Dude is bonkers.
He marches into the Pentagon, like, kicks some ass. The Captain America, Sam Wilson Captain America, and Captain Marvel and Wolverine show up to be like, yo, dude, we like, you should chill out and join our initiative. And he's like, ain't no chilling me out, dog. And he lays out Captain Marvel. So he's not to be fucked with.
Yes.
Right?
Yeah.
We know that right away. And then when they're trying to get him on their side, Wolverine
basically says,
okay, let me find Wolverine's like exact line about like, he's like, David Colton's like, but what these people have done, like, it can't be forgiven. And then Wolverine says, then smash it all and come with us. I don't give a fuck.
Yeah.
And then, and then David Colton flies up into outer space and sends crashing down,
like a Starlink satellite.
Yeah, a Starlink, like Starlink satellites onto the Pentagon, and then is like, "Fuck it, let's go.
Yes,
let's do this thing then."
Yeah, it's so sick.
He's like, point me in a direction and let's fucking smash that thing.
Here's the thing, though. This dude is giving me Homelander vibes.
Oh, for sure.
I think this guy is gonna turn heel.
He's unhinged. I mean, he's
pissed.
How much is he? He's basically
he's John Walker.
John Walker,
U.S. agent, right?
Yes,
like
he's like a U.S. agent.
He's a but if John Walker had Superman powers,
but like and like dialed up to like what the like American power fantasy is for 2026.
Exactly.
And I mean, that's what I really like about this comic is that it's setting that up, right? It's like all these aggro men that all have these different ideas of what America is or America should be or how America should do shit. And not only do we have this two different archetypes against each other in the superhero space, but we also have normal humanity, UN, playing their normal part in all this bullshit.
Yeah.
And it's just like, to me, it's fun to see all of this play out and be like, I don't know, the comedy of it all, right? Like, it's
futility.
I mean, being people with college educations, I feel like it's pretty easy to read this and be like, this can be viewed as a comedy, more or less.
For sure.
At the end of the day.
It's a idiocracy.
Yeah.
But with superheroes.
Yeah, it's black comedy. I'm very excited about this event. I think this is gonna, if Zdarsky plays his cards right, this is gonna resonate very well in a world where the Boys TV show is like making huge waves in the zeitgeist.
Yeah.
Well, and I think we kind of got some inklings of separate events that are going to be happening.
Yeah.
Mainly a few things. One, Spider-Man stays in New York.
Mm-hmm.
He says, I can't do this. I'm just some dude from Queens. And Iron Man,
he's like, this is above my power set.
and Iron Man essentially is just like, dude, that's fine. Like, we got this dude, Colton Fulton, who's ready to duke it out. Stay here. So that's going to be a book.
Yeah.
That's going to be a spin out of what's Spider-Man dealing with.
I think that's just going to be Amazing Spider-Man.
Well,
He's
it
too
could be.
busy.
It could be Amazing Spider-Man Armageddon. That's what I'm
okay.
saying. Like, these books could be getting
Yeah.
Armageddon attached to it.
Mm-hmm.
Number 2, X-Men are saying, fuck you, we're staying out of it. Because the moment
Which is a very X-Man move.
because the moment we join and things go south, we get the blame.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And we're not doing that anymore.
Yeah.
And they said, if you need us, we'll be there. But for right now, we're staying out of it. So there's your X-Men Armageddon. They're going to be doing their thing. Something's going to go south. They're going to get involved.
Yeah, do the Hulks come to
Yeah.
wherever and
Well, and
try
then-
and take over the mutants?
Then you get General Ross and his Hulks. That has to be some kind of book. We mused
How
the
is that
Juggernauts.
not Avengers Armageddon, like the mainline story, though?
Well, it could be like
He
it's
can't be his own story.
the
Well-
Hulks can.
He's got a
His little gang of
His gang of Hulks.
gamma goons.
storyline running through Dungeons of Doom right now.
Well, he did.
That Dungeons of Doom is done, I think, right?
Yeah.
It was like a 4-issue mini.
Oh, did I miss issue 4?
Dungeons of Doom is done.
I loved that book. That book ruled. Sorry.
And
Anyway.
I would be pleased as punch to see a new Marvel series called Democracy City.
Well, Dungeons of Doom explained why
General
Thaddeus
Ross,
has the power he has.
He has the machine that is making it so that he's unpredictable. Like, that's why the Iron Man and all them need to get involved, is because he has this machine that makes
has
him
basically shown him every outcome.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I didn't get that.
Yeah.
Yeah. And so Iron Man is doing this surveillance thing like he's always does, that blows up in his face.
Yep.
And I'm honestly a little tired of that storyline, that he's always just like, I'm watching everyone, but not in the way you think. And it's just like, no, you're watching everyone. Like, I don't care how advanced your AI is, where you're just like, oh wait, he's just buying a candy bar, that person's shooting a gun. You're watching everyone.
Someone needs to show Iron Man the Dark Knight.
I do think exactly that point. I do think this kind of storyline is a bit played.
Mm-hmm.
Although as relevant as ever in our society,
Yeah.
where we're living in a world where soon, like, your own car is going to be giving you tickets
Finally.
Yeah.
because you went over the speed limit, and it's going to, like, tell on you.
Mhm.
You know what? Like, that reality is not very far off. So while this stuff is as relevant as ever, I'm also simultaneously tired of reading about it.
I can't wait to buy my Toyota Narc. But it's like, Mike, to that point, it is a thing of just like, there is that rebuttal that is a scarecrow argument of just like, well, if you're obeying the law, it doesn't matter if we're watching you.
Oh,
And it's just
shut
like,
the
that's
fuck
not the
up.
fucking point,
Yeah.
Yeah.
dickhead.
Mm-hmm.
I don't need you to watch me at all.
Yeah.
But isn't that just the crux of like most of the Iron Man hubris
Mm-hmm.
of just like, listen, I don't care if you kids are drinking as long as you're doing it here, but I just need to have eyes on everyone. And it's
Yeah.
just like, no, you don't.
I know better than everybody.
Right. It's just like, you're basically Elon Musk
Yeah.
with a mustache. Like, you make your own little Skynet. You're watching everyone, but like no one,
Predictive technology.
Yes.
To be like, these people are most likely to.
which is inherently racist.
Mhm.
Like, no one altruistically surveillances anyone. Like, I'm not watching you for your own good.
True.
Like, my son should have me arrested for having a baby monitor in his room. Like, that's an invasion of his privacy.
Okay. Well, I think I think there might be a little bit of an argument there,
Listen,
but
if he wants to choke on his own drool, sorry.
he's an adult. Let him be.
He has to make that decision on his own.
Jesus Christ.
Learn to say dada. But to my beginning point when I started this is like all the things we talked about is getting me excited for this series.
Mm-hmm.
But as far as the first issue, it was like 32 pages of edging. Like it was just like, okay, but like where are we gonna go? And then the final page turn is the classic Avengers Assemble slogan. It's just like, oh, come on. Like at least show us like a cool, weird hybrid villain or like a weird landscape or just like a hint of a secret character. Something like this. It just kind of felt a little flat.
This felt it had vibes of a free comic book day issue.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
Right. We're like, if this had been the free comic book day issue, it would have been hype as fuck.
Yeah, it would have been lit.
But instead, I paid $6 for it. But
You got a magic card.
You got a magic card.
I got a magic card.
That's
It's
worth
going
$5.
it's going in one of my decks. So
There you go. I love the David Colton stuff.
yeah,
I mean, to see
True.
him, like, to get we got the introduction to him in the Wolverine Armageddon mini,
Mm-hmm.
and to see him flex like he did power level wise and be like, okay, this guy is going to be a major player in this world stage storyline. And like, I've always hated Thunderbolt Ross, and like seeing like the idea of seeing him get his comeuppance in the sort of world we live in is a very promising premise to me.
yeah.
Sounds very satisfying. They've set him up to be just like such a jingoistic piece of shit. And I don't know. I thought it was fun.
I liked it.
Yes, 1,000% fun, but like,
But
where's the hook?
Yeah.
There wasn't a big hook at the end where you're just like, okay, like yes,
yes, we knew what the promise was with this comic coming out,
Mhm.
and it didn't do anything more than tell us what the promise was that we already knew what the promise
Right,
was.
yeah.
Right. Yeah. You're right.
There was no like Bruce Banner will return in Avengers Armageddon 2.
Yeah.
I do think.
Something will happen in this that'll be like
Oh, this will be this.
To Vargas's point, something will happen in this that is like, that's the thing we remember this for.
Yeah.
I think this will be line shattering. Like, I think Chip is planning something that is going to be irreversible for Marvel in 2027, 2028. Like, this is going to do. I know people have been balking at me because I've been saying reboot and rehashing, but like this has the energy of a complete flip.
Yeah.
Because with that machine that dude has, and just like the stakes that are happening right here. I mean, the UN woman basically said, if you get involved, you're all getting arrested.
We're coming for you. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And so after this event, they will either have to disappear, like if people will have to go into hiding. Some people will get arrested. Like there are going to be really great ramifications for this if Chip Zdarsky is let off the leash and allowed to do what he wants to do.
We're moving Yancey Street to
Philadelphia,
Leicester, England.
Ye old Avengers.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
I don't think David Colton is long for this world. I will say that.
I had the same thought that you introduce a new cool character who's a badass.
This
and
dude's
then-
on a suicide
and
mission.
then sacrifice him as a kind of like stakes thing, but it's also like, we didn't have to kill the Vision or like anyone like too important that way, right? But there's also room to say, oh shit, now David Colton is the new blank.
So that's sort of the thing that I picture. I picture
Yeah.
this going on for 3 or 4 issues. At the end, David kills Thunderbolt Ross,
Uh-huh.
and he says, I'm in charge of New America now.
Yeah.
What are you going to do about it?
Yeah. I'm the new leader of S.H.I.E.L.D.
Yeah.
I'm the new
Shield-
Doctor Doom.
Oh, that's what I was about to say. What if
Right,
he
like-
says, I'm the new Doom?
Yeah.
And he's a Doom with the
He's
the
a Doom with
mindset of
purpose.
an American,
Mhm.
right? Like,
Well, like David Colton's main mission statement is he wants to end the super soldier program.
Yeah.
Because it ruins lives,
Yeah.
in his opinion. It turns you into a tool for destruction and for the American government. I don't even think David Colton is pro-America at this point.
well, I mean, that's
he-
kind of what I mean.
He's a really interesting character in that way.
Yeah.
Because he is that like hyper mask, like epitome of like strength and
Mhm.
like a very handsome guy who you typically think the male power fantasy is, in America anyway,
Mhm.
aligns itself with like truth, God, and the American way.
Right.
And he's like exists in that space,
Yeah.
but is also the antithesis of it in the way that like they tried to position Sam Wilson in
Uh-huh.
the like Winter Soldier Falcon show, right?
Right,
Where like
right.
he was Captain America, but simultaneously could not get a loan to start a small business because this country like does not like him.
Yes.
Like,
Yeah.
like that seems like the kind of character that David.
Well, yeah,
Colton represents.
he's literally this is Captain America
Without
one,
being a minority, obviously, I should say that.
Yeah.
Like, it's lacking that piece of it.
yeah.
but this is literally Captain America one bad day,
Uh-huh.
right? Like
Mhm.
he is like Steve Rogers isn't inherently pro-America.
Yep.
He believes in the ideals that he thinks this country was founded on.
Yep.
Yeah.
But like Civil War showed us, if America passes a law that Steve Rogers doesn't agree with, he's gonna rebel against that law,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
This David Colton is the exact same way, but
David
he's-
Colton is willing to go there.
To an nth, but
to
like
the
a
nth degree.
yes,
Yeah, that's what I mean.
yes.
Like,
He doesn't have the Superman Boy Scout altruism of Captain America
yeah.
that a character like that needs.
yes,
He's
Which-
like Homelander. Like
Yeah. It's
Yes,
Homelander.
like your point to the Homelander. Yes,
um
I'm jazzed about this.
I am too.
I'm jazzed about it too, and I think the couple pages we got with David Colton setting up who he is as a character
yeah.
were worth this issue existing.
Yeah. I just
I understand what you're saying simultaneously though.
but yeah, and I don't want to anyone listening, just so you know, I am fully on fucking board for this. I think if we get any spin outs, it's going to be great. I think this title alone is going to just really change things for Marvel. And honestly, at this point, they need it.
Yeah,
They have fallen behind
Yeah.
to DC. They just got a new head of comic PR or whatever. Like
Yeah.
the guy got transferred over from like the MCU movie part to this part, which is terrifying when you get that kind of like synergy of just like, oh, this guy will add some new ideas and we'll shake everything up.
I mean, Feige's been in charge of comics for how many years now?
And what's the most notable thing from it?
They hired Chip Zdarsky.
Okay.
I don't know.
If that's the only thing, then that's a win. But I do think something pretty nasty is on the horizon.
Yeah, I agree. I'm excited for this event.
I, in my own humble opinion, I think Marvel has done a good job with individual series.
Yeah.
What
Okay.
it has not done a good job about is industry or line wide buzz.
Crap.
Yeah, right. Like, Ultimate Spider-Man was a smash success.
Mhm.
Yeah.
But did it spin out into all the other Ultimate things being a success in the way that like Batman, Absolute Batman's like made
uh-huh.
made all the other Absolute books a must purchase comic books? No, it didn't do that necessarily. But did we love Ultimate Spider-Man? Yeah, like am I really enjoying the Uncanny Run right now. 100% I am. Has Amazing Spider-Man been really fun lately? It To me it really has. It feels like fresh in a way that like it hasn't in a minute. And
Well, you when we covered Moon Knight #1, you were like
Moon
more
Knight,
jazzed about Moon Knight.
that was the sort of first issue that, even though it's like same creative team, like same like continuity that's been going on for a while, that's the sort of first issue that like, man, this is easy for me to buy in.
Yeah.
Conceptually, this sounds like a fun enough arc that's a worthy entry point for me. And I do think Marvel is good about offering up these accessible entry points quite often, as much as people are disheartened by pointless reboots and new volumes of things. And to some extent I get why that's frustrating to people, and to some extent I'm just like, in your head, just continue the numbering. Who cares if it says #1 on it? It's trying to invite new people into comic books. But generally speaking, I think Marvel kind of does a good job with their new #1s and saying, hey, this is a point in which we're trying to welcome more people to the storyline, and we're signaling to everybody now's the jumping on point.
Yeah.
And all the Fantastic Four new volume breakoffs recently have been killer.
Yeah.
And great points to jump on, and have delivered amazing mini volumes.
Yeah. And I would make the argument that DC has the opposite problem. If I wanted to jump on Action Comics,
where do I join?
They're on issue 1100 and what?
Yeah.
Right? Like,
so start at 1.
Oh, yeah, I should start at 1.
Catch up.
That's right. Right. Yeah, no, I agree that I think that like
but
the stuff that's been running for a long time has been running for a long time at Marvel because it's quality.
And I also think there's something to saying Marvel offers us so many #1s and so many jumping on points that we're spreading out our fandom.
Yeah.
That I'm saying, I'm going to taste this, taste that, and taste this.
Totally.
And then your things like Batman, Superman, Wonder Woman have been running each for over 800 issues apiece.
Right.
And they're in that legacy numbering still.
Yeah.
So your entry points like Absolute are like an oasis in the desert of this like long journey that you're taking from, one side of the world to the other side of the world.
Yeah.
That like, oh wow, there's this spot where I can stop and rest and like not have the baggage of everything.
Yeah.
Like that is something in DC that maybe sells in a certain way because of the inaccessibility of some of the DC stuff.
Yeah.
That is like, finally there's something new and accessible, and people really latch on to it within the DC fandom, or people outside of DC who are like, I've always wanted to get into Batman, but like it's between Detective Comics and the Batman run and all this shit.
Right.
Like, where do I even start? I picked up the new Matt Fraction Batman, and I'm like, what the fuck is going on? Like, as good as I'm like, as much as I'm enjoying the Matt Fraction run of Batman that started at a new #1, and the Wonder Woman run with Tom King that started at a #1, I also don't think that those comics were as accessible as most of your Marvel #1s.
I totally agree.
Yeah.
Totally agree.
Yeah, actually, yeah. Because there's no asterisks for the Marvel book.
Mm-hmm.
Moon Knight #1 is a Moon Knight #1.
Yeah.
An Absolute Batman #1 comes with the asterisks of just like, well, it's like it's Batman-esque.
Yeah.
It's not in the same. It's not your dad's Batman, like, but like he kind of is, and like that's kind of hard for a new reader to be like, oh, okay, like maybe, but like when you see Cap #1, you're like, well, I know who that is. #1 seems like I can just walk right in and get that.
Yep. And DC's killing it right now, obviously.
Yep.
But at the same time, I do think we put a little too much stock in the success of Absolute Batman as a signal of the quality of everything else going on at the publisher.
Oh, totally.
Sure.
When you think about how often it is that a Marvel or DC comic book, an A cover of a modern Marvel or DC comic book sells for over $200.
Mm-hmm.
It's extremely rare.
Yeah.
And to look at DC and say, they have one, where's the one over at Marvel? I think it's such an aberration
Mm-hmm.
that like it's almost not fair to compare these two like moments in time.
Yeah.
Sure.
Like we have Miles Morales' first appearance, right?
Mm-hmm.
Aberration. Spider-Gwen's first appearance.
Mm-hmm.
Like no one expected Edge of Spider-Verse #2 to be
Oh, sure.
the
Yeah.
phenomenon that it was.
Yeah.
Right.
It could have been any of those Edge of Spider-Verse
Yes,
issues,
right.
They were all origin stories.
Anchor on to any one of them. Like
Hell Arisen #3.
Yeah, right?
That's the first Batman Who Laughs.
but
No,
be-
that's first a punchline. Right?
So that's first Punchline.
but because
Miracle Molly #1.
because Marvel has had a couple $80 raw A covers.
Yeah, totally.
But hasn't had that like $200 raw A cover
Mm-hmm.
And they've had to print 14 versions.
in the past couple of years. I don't think that alone is like enough to say Marvel is a bass gasping for air on the shoreline.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, yes, DC's absolutely killing it, and it is a like amazing thing happening in the comic books community right now.
Mm-hmm.
But I also don't think that means that Marvel is flailing in the way our perception as a comic book community has maybe been that Marvel is flailing.
I understand that sentiment, and in reality, that makes sense.
Yeah.
Like, but in terms of social media awareness and like
Mhm.
buzz and, hype, I mean, facts are facts. Top 10 sales for like the later half of 2005, front half of 2026, DC held the top 5.
See, but
You can't argue with the sales. That's right.
But to Mike's
But-
point, how many of those sales were reprints of Absolute Batman #1?
And that's true.
Right, like-
that is, but like in Absolute Verse took up a hefty
all
part of
of
that. And Fractions Batman was in there.
Sure.
Like those heavy hitters are always going to be up there. But Absolute Verse did help inflate
Yeah.
some of that.
And well, one thing I think here's what's great about comic books is that a million people buying, printing 1 through 10 of
Mhm.
Absolute Batman #1 means more people getting into comic book shops and checking out
Yep.
a new Moon Knight volume or a new
Mhm.
whatever it is
Yeah.
on Marvel or DC or Image or Boom.
Yeah.
It's all good for comics.
That's true.
And as a community, I think
We
should
thrive.
We should do less of pitting these things against each other and saying, well, one publisher's success means all other publishers are absolutely floundering
Mhm.
because they don't have like that book right now.
The
Sure.
hype moment.
Yes, right? And it's like Boom had Something Is Killing the Children,
Mhm.
10 years ago, however long it's been. You can't have one of those like
Every other
on schedule every other year.
Yeah.
These things are more aberrations than you think they are.
Yeah. Well, and it'll be the next publisher the next week.
Yeah.
Keen Spot had Mark Spears Monsters, right? Like,
Yeah.
right?
Yes.
That's a
yes.
$200 book.
Yes. Yes.
Are they ever gonna have that book again?
right?
Probably not.
Probably not.
I mean, that's up to Mark Spears.
It could be 20 years before we see another. Keen Spot can exist on this for years and
Yeah.
years and years, and that's saying something.
Yeah.
That's something to celebrate. That an independent publisher that small
Mhm.
can hire new people and feel confident in its business because one comic book had such a moment that we all got so excited about that you can continue printing it and exposing it to new people, and just that book alone means you can give undiscovered creators another platform for
Mhm.
their voice.
Yeah.
Like, that's the ultimate mission of so many of these companies. And I think we lose that a lot, and we get into the negative competition between these things. All boats rise, wind with the
Rising waters raises
water
all
levels,
ships. Yeah.
ocean does its thing.
Yeah.
Well said, Mike.
Yes.
When a ship is taken apart and put back together
That's
again.
the poll quote.
That's the
Yeah.
quote. On that same note,
let's move on.
Let's talk about another absolute book.
Yes, let's talk about another absolute book. I was really interested to see what the reception to this book would be, because obviously Absolute Batman, the champion of the Absolute comics. Now, if you talk to all kinds of different fans of Absolute right now, you're going to get a variety of takes.
Mm-hmm.
And, you know, whether you think it's just the on-trend thing to say, like, oh, you know, my favorite Beatle is actually George. Like, is that like saying my favorite Absolute book is actually Absolute Superman or Absolute Wonder Woman? Like, yes and no. Like,
it's actually Absolute Green Lantern.
It's like, that's the Batman is like the flagship book that made all of these comics a phenomenon. But several people have drifted to the other ones and been like, well, Absolute Wonder Woman's actually my favorite, or Absolute Superman's actually my favorite. And there's plenty of people who are diehards for Batman still. But all that to say, this is another book within Gotham. Strictly, I guess not within Gotham, but within the universe, within the family of that Batman book, which has been, you know, as many Absolute titles as we've had, we haven't had like a spin-off book.
Sure.
Yet, right?
Right.
And I think this is a proper spin-off of Absolute Batman, where we were introduced to Selina Kyle in this universe as a childhood friend of Bruce Wayne and all of his cadre of friends/villains. And now we're exploring more of her world. And you know, this book is gone. We, you know, interested to see, since we've already had this character's first appearance, does this comic book have the kind of buzz surrounding it still? You know, being a first issue, even though the first appearance has already happened. And I think, yes, I think we can say now this is already going to second print and has 3 different covers for the second print. And
well, Snyder wrote it, or co-wrote it. So
Snyder co-wrote it with Shea Grayson, I believe. And worth noting, the Absolute Batman spinoff, Absolute Catwoman, has an Absolute spinoff now for a new Absolute character introduced in this book. There is a one-shot coming
Of Cassandra Cain?
of Absolute Cassandra Cain.
Which I'm more jazzed for that.
is she going to be Absolute spoiler? Or Absolute...
we don't know.
We don't know yet.
She's part of the Calico Gang, as we're finding. So I think within this world, she is still a part of, you know, the secret ninja society that, her mother founded this, like...
the Foot Clan.
What, like, whatever DC's version of the Hand is.
Yeah.
I'm more of a Marvel guy than
It's
a DC
okay,
guy,
so
League of Assassins.
forgive me, but
That's Talia al Ghul.
Cassandra Cain wasn't in the Calico. She was in the Copycats that was trying to get her friend.
yes,
The
they
Calicos-
posed as the Calico Gang.
The Calicos was Selina Kyle, her redheaded friend,
Yeah.
and I think a couple others.
Yeah.
But still, like, a bonkers issue that I thought was going to be a one-shot, but I guess it's a mini?
I haven't heard anything
Catwoman?
saying it's limited. I think this is an ongoing.
I think the Catwoman book, as far as we know, is an ongoing.
Okay, sweet. That's awesome.
But the Cassandra Cain book is a
one-shot.
one-shot. But I think that's the fact that that's even happening is such a statement for, like, we are fucking here to stay with, like, we are committed to this Absolute universe. We're going to give you tie-ins, not just to these like minor characters, but we're going to give you ongoings of, like, these adjunct characters that it took 60 years for, Catwoman to get her own comic book. You know what I mean? We're already giving Catwoman her own book in this absolute universe. Like, that's wild, and that's, like, really shows commitment to this brand. And
in 2 years, Tom King's going to write the absolute wedding.
It's just wild to me now that, like, we can only afford, as comic book fans, we can only afford so many comics week to week. Right?
Yep.
And there are enough absolute fans now that we're saying, like, here's more comic books for you to buy, whether that means you're going to stop ordering Harley Quinn or all these other adjunct connected tie-in ongoings.
Mm-hmm.
Like, we feel confident or enough in that this brand is stronger or strong enough that we're going to continue to give you new books.
Yeah.
And expand this universe out more because there's so many people devoted to it.
And what's crazy is I don't think they're siphoning off old fans.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's being propped up by new fans.
To new people. Yeah, this has a lot of appeal to new fans.
Like, younger readers are hungry for this
series. Because I think it's so accessible.
Yeah, and then they get to now be the experts to a series.
Yep.
Isn't that crazy? Like, they don't
get talked down to by the guy at the comic shop,
and like
because they were there from the beginning.
Yeah, like they don't have to know what Poison Ivy's first appearance is. They're just like, no, man, I'm just do absolute stuff.
Yeah, you're gonna have a generation of people where this is my Batman, this is my Catwoman,
mm-hmm.
and that's why, like, as much as people say, like, it's so silly that people are still spending $200 on this Batman issue that was printed in such excess.
Mm-hmm.
You got to understand that fact about it, that this is some people's version of Batman now.
Yeah.
And having the first issue of that, having a physical representation of that is worth that much still to enough people to where that book holds that kind of value.
Mm-hmm.
Like, that is something special and again, to be celebrated about comic books now. But back to this book. Sorry, I keep going on. It's hard to have conversations about any of these absolute books now without having a conversation about the state of comic books or the commitment to the bit at DC and all those things. But
well, it's what we thought was a bit is now a historical moment within the comic book community.
Yeah, right.
Like, it's a new fold of DC. Like. Yeah. This could have just been like a, like a Gotham by Gaslight. It could have just been a quick little blip.
Mm-hmm.
But the fervor and the reception of it, Jim Lee and Scott Snyder saw each other and were just like, oh no, we have something here. And so they've just blown it up.
Well, and I mean, I think when this started, we were all like, it goes to the end of DCKO.
Yeah.
Right?
Mm-hmm.
You read DC All In Special, you're like, there's a clear beginning, middle, and end to this universe that's created in the image of Darkseid.
Mm-hmm.
And when Darkseid gets defeated, like, all of that goes away or sits in a corner of DC somewhere to be referenced, like, at random intervals throughout the next 50
the next
years.
time Grant Morrison writes Batman.
Yeah, right.
Multiversity 2.
Yeah.
Instead, it was a blip in DCKO and a thing that has transcended that event.
Yeah.
Clearly and obviously.
Yeah.
And you wonder, did we pivot from what DCKO was supposed to be because of the success of the absolute universe?
Yeah.
I really got to ask, like, was the comeuppance going to be our Bruce Wayne killing the evil Darkseid opposite Bruce Wayne?
Right.
Or, like, what was originally going to happen there where all these things collided and had their comeuppance? Instead, there was very little comeuppance. These guys showed up for a hot second in DCKO and we're like, hey, we'll help.
Yeah.
All right, peace.
Hey, later, guys.
Yo, thanks for breaking us out of mind control. Like, see you guys. Maybe we'll catch you guys later. Like, that was their involvement in that event.
Yeah.
Crisis on Absolute Earth. Can't wait.
Oh.
But yeah,
Speaking of Absolute Catwoman.
Yeah, let's bring it back to Absolute Catwoman. We're sorry, everybody.
This had the best opening, I think, of any Absolute book. Where
started off with a great action sequence.
Well, and you follow a character that looks like a traditional Catwoman.
Oh,
yeah.
Who's talking about, well, the voiceover is talking about breaking in and stealing stuff and being a cat and all this kind of like Catwoman stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And then she gets her shit rocked by the actual Absolute Catwoman.
Yeah.
And she talks about how none of that material stuff matters because she's already rich.
Yeah.
Which is awesome.
Yeah.
Like, such a great intro to this book and such a great statement on what, as we've been saying for the past hour and a half, statement about what Absolute is.
Yeah.
Right?
This Catwoman has holistically different. This Selena Kyle has holistically different motivations than mainline universe's Selena Kyle. She has tried to retire. I mean, like a fourth of this book maybe is about her retirement from crime.
Yeah. At the ripe old age of 25.
Yeah, right. But what is it that brings her back in? There are things that transcend riches and a heist, right? These are like motivations that are a little more like personal, or
it's about family,
or political, or right and wrong, which has always been kind of like a line that you could say the mainline DC Selena Kyle has frayed on the side. Like, that's always been her connection to like kind of being half in, half out a villain, right? Like, since we've given her own title that's ran for so long now, we have to make her more likable and more aligned to good.
Yeah.
But at the same time, at the end of the day, I think Selena Kyle has always been a somewhat self-interested character.
100%.
Whereas,
much like a cat.
Whereas I think this Catwoman has more willing to give it all up, right? Has thrown away a life of retirement and luxury to save an old friend who she's got nothing to do with anymore.
Right.
To be there for Bruce Wayne, even though he was a piece of shit and kind of like got her on the wrong path.
Yeah.
Right?
She's inherently altruistic.
Yes. And that's enough of like an interesting dynamic change in this character to be like, well, what is that version of Catwoman? This version of Catwoman is closer to the DC's normal DC universe Batman, right?
Yeah.
Than Absolute Batman is to Batman.
Yeah.
And I find that very interesting. An uber rich character who is like, I will fight for the people to make sure that good trumps evil.
Yeah. And motorcycle that turns into Cap.
I mean,
And prehensile tail in her suit.
Motorcycle
that shoots bullets.
Yeah. Right?
What do they call it? The something cat?
The Wildcat.
The Wildcat. The Wildcat's one of the coolest vehicles we've ever seen
Apex mode.
In comic books, period.
Yeah.
It is a rad looking motorcycle that changes into like a transformer jungle cat that is much more nimble than wheels will allow.
Yeah, it can like jump over obstacles if they arise.
So stinking cool.
I bet that thing can climb walls.
Probably.
One of the things that occurred to me when I read this comic book and then I shut it, I looked at this cover and I was like, this cover does not deliver on the promise of how cool this comic book is. Which kind of surprised me that the A cover of this is a little like, yeah, like here's a commission of Absolute Catwoman in silhouette, and the background is a little
Larry
bit
Hama commission.
is a little bit of an afterthought. Like, some of these Absolute covers have been like really amazing.
Mm-hmm.
And for a big new first issue statement book like this, I'm kind of surprised this was the A cover.
Hey, man. Take it up with Jim Lee.
And no Absolute Batman homage cover, at least that I've seen.
Yeah, we don't need it. She's her own damn thing.
Yeah,
That's true.
She don't need no man.
Yeah, this issue ripped. I'm super excited for this.
Yeah, very complex, right? A lot of like jumps in time and a lot of background and history for this character. I also feel like, even though I've read all the Absolute Batman comics, I also feel like I could have potentially picked this up
You 100%
without having read Absolute Batman and being like, I get the gist enough. Like,
Mhm.
this isn't hey Bruce centered Selina, which is another thing that feels very liberating and fresh and new for this character, that she exists in a world where she is not so beholden to Bruce or Gotham or whatever. We've put her in like 4 different locales
Yeah.
throughout the course of this one comic book.
Yeah, and
None of it referencing Bruce.
it all felt fresh enough that like you could have named this book The Cat or
Right.
something and like
Mhm.
slapped a Boom Studios logo on it and it would have read the same. Like if this was a completely original character outside of the DC universe, it would have been equally impactful.
Yes, this doesn't rely on DC lore,
Yeah.
which is the promise of the Absolute Universe and what's so alluring about it to new readers.
That's right.
Yeah.
Great first issue.
Yep. And like we were speculating last week, is this going to deliver a fun first appearance for us? And it did.
Yeah.
I think without the Cassandra Cain appearance, it doesn't do the same thing for me. It would be the exact same adventure and the same fun thrill ride without the acknowledgement that, hey, this is a pre-existing character that you know.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
But the fact that it gave us that like last bit, like, oh, here's who this is, just FYI, at the very end of the comic book, made it like,
Yeah.
Here's a
like that's a full-on first appearance.
Here's
That's not a cameo. This is like Batgirl's first appearance in Absolute Comics.
Here's a hot take that may get a little too spicy.
Okay.
Absolute Catwoman did for me what I wanted Absolute Green Arrow to do.
Sure.
Wherein it fundamentally got me excited about this character and where it's going.
Uh-huh.
Wherein I thought Absolute Green Arrow lacked that severely.
Well,
Yeah.
that's because Absolute Green Arrow was actually Absolute Black Canary.
Man,
that
isn't that the
is
truth?
true. That is very true.
And I love that book, just to be clear. I
Yeah.
thought Absolute Green Arrow ripped.
It confused the shit out of me.
Yeah.
And it just it didn't. Okay, I know what I know what Absolute Green Arrow was trying to do, right? Like it's a little heavier story.
Uh-huh.
There's a lot to unpack there. A lot about grief, greed,
Uh-huh.
vengeance, and there's a way to do that with a lot of payoff.
And there's you can't read it without thinking of Luigi. You know what I mean?
Like a million times a million percent.
Yes, like that. It is that in superhero form,
Right.
Yeah, but did you guys see that his swords are a bow? And did you consider that that's actually the coolest thing that's ever been written?
And that the cops didn't read his Miranda rights in the McDonald's before he opened the backpack. But like this Absolute Catwoman was organic, spontaneous, light. There was a bit of playfulness to it
Mm-hmm.
that was like, this is fun. This is a little bit of camp. This is a old friends reconnecting and trying to like get each other back.
Yep.
With the incredible introduction of a new character at the end.
Yep.
You get that great hook at the end. which is like why it is a notch above Absolute Green Arrow for me.
No bros in this. I mean, this passes
the Bechdel
Allison's Bechdel's test by leaps and bounds.
There is one dude in this.
When you think about, like,
Does he die?
even
he makes her house.
how much is Dinah's story in Absolute Green Arrow centered around the men, in her
Multiple
life?
dudes.
But at the same time, it's like there is a hyper feminist take there that like all the men around her are absolute pieces. Even Ollie is like
The biggest piece of shit.
a very unlikable character in this, even though he's somebody who's like, I can give access to investing to the people. Just the way he says what he says and the way he's handling what he's handling. He just feels like an icky tech bro.
Yeah, he's Sam Altman.
Self-obsessed piece of shit.
Yeah.
And like the fact that Dinah's always kind of been controlled by or secondary to these characters, and then we're giving her kind of hero's arc to, you know, maybe break out of that. Your fingers crossed, you would hope, by the end of the story. It could be like a liberating thing when everything's said and done. But it is very refreshing to read a comic that doesn't need any of that. Just start at a baseline with like, this is a woman who has been self-made in spite of all the shithead men in her life that she's said, nope, rejection. Like, I'm going to do this shit and take care of myself. And hey, when those guys fuck up, I'll be there and dive in and be the hero.
Right.
But at the same time, I can parachute back out and be my own person. Like, it's something you don't see all the time with women characters.
Certainly not.
And is another thing why it's like exciting to have somebody like Shea Grayson on this book being the voice for a character like this, and not just, you know, as much as we love Scott Snyder and all he's doing, we also like him for enabling us to bring in voices like Shea Grayson, where we can have a unique woman's perspective on such a empowering woman character like this.
Right. And also, funny, Shea Grayson and Pornchak Pacheco, both on Absolute books, and both are going to be on Exquisite Corpses tie-ins.
Oh, yeah, that's true.
So, a good year for those writers.
Salute. You're doing a damn thing. Anything else on Absolute Catwoman? I mean, we didn't really break this book down beat by beat or anything, but I don't know that we
It's a big action
need
scene.
to. Yeah,
you get the gist.
It's a lot of action, and it's plenty backstory
Yeah.
to give you an idea of who Selena is.
I was honestly, and this is just a conversation about the Absolute spectacle as a whole.
I loved Absolute Spectacle.
The allure of these books was that it was so small, right?
Yeah.
And it's like these weird alternate takes on these heroes, the Trinity that we've known for almost a century now. And when I saw it expanding into another book, and then another book, and then slowly more heroes are getting their own book, I was worried that the magic potion of the Absolute verse was going to be getting watered down.
I said the same thing. I think to an episode you couldn't make, I said the same thing to Vargas about like how I liked that Ultimate delivered the promise of a beginning, middle, and end over at Marvel.
Yeah.
And then this thing feels like it we hit the window wherein it was supposed to end. And now I'm like, well, what now?
Yeah.
Like, I'm getting Absolute in my DC, and like I'm confusing the continuity of all these things. As much as I like Absolute Batman and Absolute Wonder Woman, I read so many comics that I'm conflating some of what's happening in one series with what's it's like ruining Matt Fraction's run that I'm trying to keep all of this business with like Bane and Arc M
Right.
in my head at the same time, following this other Batman story with a different Bruce Wayne. It's
In a different Arkham.
yeah, it's tough for me because I think at the end of the day, just when I was born and how long I've been a comic book fan, that at the end of the day, mainline Batman is my Batman. As amazing
Okay, boomer.
as Ultimate Comics could ever be, or Absolute Comics could ever be, at the end of the day, mainline is my tried and true.
Yeah. Well, you can't have that without, like you can't have Absolute without mainline.
Right. But here's my thing is for the younger people we were talking about.
Uh-huh.
This is now their Batman. This is becoming their Catwoman.
Mhm.
It has an we're presupposing, I think, that like this is the case or it's becoming the case.
Mhm.
But I think the situation realistically exists for this to now be like someone saying like, "Hey, that's my Batman."
Yeah.
And this could exist in a parallel line forever and until we're 50. We could be looking back and being like, "Damn, absolutely."
In 30 years from now.
But I don't think it's fun for me now to say like I was there for it all.
Yeah.
And like it's becoming such a big thing that I want to be part of the fandom moment and I want to follow these things. But it's simultaneously becoming too much for me to be a fan of both. So I'm teetering into a world where I'm considering more and more like I'm going to have to drop these books and I'll buy when they do Absolute Dead Man and Absolute
Justice League
Detective
or whatever.
Chimp, like whatever they do.
Absolute Ambush
I'm going to
Bug.
be like, yeah, I'll buy those first issues because it'll be a fun novelty to be like, what are they doing with it?
Yeah.
But like, I don't think long term I can stick with these things as long as they're going to go.
Well,
but there's going to be new comic book fans that stick with this.
I think the real test is going to be when they release a bad Absolute book.
Mm-hmm.
Like when Absolute Aquaman is a bomb,
a stinker. Yeah.
How many TikTok videos can survive of them being like Absolute versus Chopped? Like,
I mean, truly,
you know what I mean?
Right?
Like it's washed up.
If they have a book that's as bad as Absolute Batman is good, at what point? Or like Scott Snyder decides to stop writing Absolute Batman.
I mean
do they like
that is a thing, right? Does Scott Snyder say this was my baby and now it's done, or does DC brass say this is too big of a moneymaker for us, so we're gonna put so and so on Absolute Batman once you're done, and this is that fandom's first exposure to.
Changing of the guard
with these things, or even let's say Scott Snyder stays on it for another 100 issues. Those types of series with that type of tenure have their lulls.
Oh yeah,
right,
for sure.
Yeah, I mean,
but think of it this way, because the only parallel out there is Marvel's first Ultimate line.
Yeah, the first time they did Ultimate, and that went for like 200 issues.
Oh my god!
But realistically, it only lasted like 15 years.
Yeah.
That entire universe before they scrapped it.
Mm-hmm.
Because it got too big for its britches.
Because it got too big. It got too much.
We said we have to consolidate the ideas.
Yeah.
So at some point, Absolute Universe is going to go away.
The novelty, I don't mean novelty in a derogatory sense.
Yeah.
But like the charm wear off.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And it's just like, okay, we need to put this to bed.
Right.
Because at the end of the day, this is an alternate timeline. This is an alternate
it's outside
universe.
Whatever,
like all Elseworld stories come to an end eventually.
So fast forward 15 years from now.
Yes, I'm dead.
Greg's passed on. Me and Vargas are having a conversation. We are.
I'm back as a ghost.
We are at whatever the Absolute's universe's ultimate end game is.
Yeah.
We're gonna pluck a character and say this was the single most successful thing from this. if anything, we need to reserve this piece of it.
Sure.
And for Ultimate Endgame or the Ultimate Universe, it was Miles Morales.
Yeah.
And that really worked because, one, Miles was a Spider-Man for Hispanic kids and Black kids, which was something holistically new and needed. And two, he's not Peter Parker. He's a Spider-Man who isn't Peter Parker. It's hard for me to imagine plucking Ultimate Peter Parker and saying he's so beloved that we're going to put him next to normal Peter Parker and have both of them coexist in the same universe at the same time. Is there a character that exists in Absolute right now that you think could survive an Absolute Endgame and would make sense?
No. Not at all.
I don't think so either.
But it's...
I don't think you could save Absolute Bruce Wayne and have it work.
No.
In mainline DC continuity.
But in 15 years, it's going to be wild when that character is
15
absolute Booster Gold. Or whatever.
I mean,
you know what I mean? Like, there's going to be a character.
100%, right? Like, yes, the Miles Morales took several years into the Ultimate Universe to get to before it was like, we have a need in the Ultimate Universe for characters who've holistically never existed before in the mainline books. That's how different they've become from each other, and it's no longer a novelty. They exist on their own, and they have their own needs to keep them fresh. And Absolute could start introducing these new characters who are not just like Bruce Wayne Part 2.
Here's the thing, though.
Yeah. Tell me.
Given the history of DC Comics, they will never do that.
Yeah.
They will never create Jim Stevenson is the new Absolute Batman. Because they are so
first appearance.
They're so ingrained in these legacy characters that there will always be it's a wink and a nod to this other character you already know and already love from this 80 years of thing that we have. Like, the Cassandra Cain thing is the perfect example.
Right.
They could have been like, that reveal could have just been like, what do you think, Batgirl? And it could have been a whole new character that's just named Batgirl.
That's true.
But instead, they have to do this Cassandra Cain thing. Like,
but
the Robins is the perfect example.
Yeah.
They could have picked...
A new Robin.
But instead...
Colton Fulton, the new Robin in the Absolute verse.
I'll argue that Ultimate also didn't do that for like 5 years.
I know, but I'm saying, like, you can see Marvel
will do
doing
that, and DC won't.
But DC will never, yeah.
They introduced a new character with an incredible power set this week in David Colton.
Yeah.
Right? Like, Marvel does that stuff. And DC historically just, like, references other characters.
Well, let me ask you, like, here's the thing with, like, collectors and hype beasts with, like, first appearances and things. Marvel first appearances have a little more pizzazz to them than DC first appearances. And part of that is Marvel is just younger than DC Comics. That you can have a Miss Marvel that becomes such an important part of the universe because the universe is that much more young. Whereas DC Universe has another 40 years.
Yeah, it's got Werthers in its pocket.
On Marvel. We're so ingrained in these characters that even Huntress is like new, like, whatever.
Yeah.
That Huntress has been around for like, what, 40, 50 years?
Yeah.
And it's still just like, that's just like a new throwaway character. Like, DC first appearances from the, like, 70s on, like, are drops in the bucket of the DC universe.
Yeah.
Whereas Marvel is so much younger that drops like Miss Marvel leave much bigger ripples.
Yes.
Right? So you have a new fandom created. And this new Absolute Universe that is trickling in these characters that have staying power and they're fun comps and they're these big first appearances that sell copies and introduce new people to these characters, right? But let's say DC never did Naomi, but they introduced Naomi in the Absolute line.
Yeah.
They bring back Damage.
I think a great example. I mean, DC is willing to do new characters, right? They do it all the time.
Yes.
It just doesn't have the sort of impact that it has at Marvel because of the large pool the drop falls into.
Well, no.
But
I think
if it happens in Absolute, it's a different story. I think if you introduce Sideways in the Absolute universe, or you introduce Naomi in the Absolute universe, that is a bigger ripple. It's a drop in a smaller bucket that could create the right chemistry for a bigger moment with a new character.
I see what you're saying, and I don't disagree, but I don't think that DC as a company
is willing to go there.
Is willing to do that. Because like everybody loved Damage. That book was good and it had good reception, but it didn't sell the way DC wanted, so they didn't give that character legs to continue on. Like New 52 was like, again, the perfect example, and that was still legacy characters.
Yeah.
But like they launched 52 new books and 51 of them were canceled by the time 2 years were in, right?
Yeah.
Like, and the one that wasn't was Batman.
Yep. I'll just be it's something I think is going to happen, right? I'll be interested to see when the next Dreamweaver, or like these cool young DC characters, when they decide, hey, actually, let's just see what happens if we throw one of those into Absolute Superman.
Yeah.
That has no pre-existing context. And then people grab onto that idea. And then that idea gets a spin-off comic, just like Catwoman got her own title. And then all of a sudden, like,
everyone's in love with this person.
That's the Absolute's Miles Morales. You know what I mean? Like, that could be a big thing.
It could. I don't think it'll happen.
Yeah.
You could do it in the sense that Batman has a child.
Damian Wayne.
No,
But
it's not in this reality that I'm making up.
Yeah.
It's not Damian. Selena, Kyle, and Batman have let's say they have a daughter, and that becomes like a new, like, I don't know,
Cat Bat.
So something along those lines. You know what I mean?
Man Cat.
Something like bombastic that just like resonates with a younger audience. And like we said, the Absolute Verse will eventually have its sunset. If that person, that child that they created in the Absolute Verse is as popular as Miles Morales, you can bet dollars to donuts.
Oh, yeah.
That DC accountants will be calling Jim Lee and saying, you get that kid in the new fucking main line.
Sure.
Right now.
Sure.
And then
if they've got the balls to do it and continue that character.
Yeah. Because imagine that. Imagine mainline Batman now having to deal with a bloodline from an alternate reality that is now trapped in his reality that is not Damian.
Sure.
And is from Selena Kyle.
It makes me really wonder if there's like an edict from the top brass at DC, like, hey, you're not just doing your own shit here. You're not just like, first appearance, I created and own this new character, right? Like, everyone's got all the incentive in the world at Marvel to be like, let's throw away the character that would, like, very famously, there was that shithead reporter at the Daily Bugle that made all the sense in the world to be Venom. But instead, Todd McFarlane and whoever was writing Spider-Man was it David Michelin or or whoever was like, no, we're gonna create a new guy because we want that money, honey.
But
I mean, there might be an edict from DC that is just like, get the fuck out of here with new characters.
100%.
Anybody that you're giving a name to has to already exist and be DC property, like, holistically.
Think about, that's such a good point because
we're not giving Billy Finger any money anymore.
Well, Open any
all the characters that Joe Shuster fucking created, like all
Yeah.
that money's going to DC. No one
but
else.
that's the problem.
Yeah.
Open any book with Superman in it, and it says by special arrangement with the Joe Shuster family, right? That's exactly why,
Yeah.
right? They don't want to do that because it's been such a tangled, or like even the thing with Captain Marvel and Marvel Comics, right?
Yeah.
They've been so embroiled with
Yeah.
all this, like they don't want to do it anymore.
Well, and sadly, it's probably why Milestone hasn't made such a dynamic comeback.
Yeah, will we see absolute static?
No, and you know why? DC doesn't have full ownership
Yeah.
of that character.
Right.
Yeah.
Which sucks ass because Absolute Static Shock would
Rip.
crazy cool.
Yeah. Honestly, an absolute milestone would be awesome.
It would be nuts.
I would buy every issue of Absolute Steel.
God, yeah. I mean, we could go on and on for like,
There's so many things that'd just be like, oh, wouldn't it be fun if they did absolute whatever?
yeah.
Detective Chimp. Yeah.
Absolute Watchmen.
Shut the fuck up right now.
You just gave Alan Moore a brain aneurysm.
You just killed Alan Moore with Absolute Watchmen leaving your lips.
Holy shit. Holy
That
shit.
could be the most hated comic of all time. It has the potential to be the most hated
God damn,
comic
it's
of all
already
time.
been written.
Yeah.
Dude,
Like,
when I get home, I'm going to have AI generate Absolute Watchmen.
oh my God, why has no one made that idea yet? Ugh.
That's incredible, Mike.
That's
Absolute
worse-
V for Vendetta.
That's
Can't
worse
wait.
than Watchmen babies.
Watchmen babies.
Oh, yeah, there we go. Okay, so instead of doing new Absolute characters, we just do Absolute Vertigo.
Yeah.
So then we've got Absolute Hellblazer. You've got
Oh.
Absolute Preacher. You've
Okay.
got, right?
Yeah, Absolute Sandman.
There you go.
Without a sex pest attached to it.
We have other comics to talk about. I think we should do them quickly because we've been on a real journey here.
Yeah.
Yeah. I read the Godzilla Odyssey. It was good.
I couldn't find a copy.
It was thumbs up.
Damn. I
All
need to
right.
find one.
If you love the Odyssey, which I know a lot of you do, Godzilla's
That's-
in this one.
That's the thing. It is a parody of the Odyssey, but with
Yeah.
Godzilla in line with. Is this the same creators that do?
Yeah, Godzilla, Romeo and Juliet.
Yeah.
Godzilla Monsterpiece Theater.
Oh, Tom Scully he just did the cover, right?
Yes. Who did the this one? It was the same guy that did
Romeo and Juliet.
Romeo and Juliet.
Yeah. Those comics are a blast.
And the book opens with a Godzilla Trojan horse.
God, that's so
That's
awesome.
really funny.
God, I need to find this book.
So,
Yeah.
I mean, if you don't get the bit,
I don't think I pre-ordered it.
if you don't get
I
the
need
bit,
it, though.
skip it. But like,
Yeah.
if you're just like a cool person that loves fun stuff,
Yeah.
get these. Just get
I mean,
these.
I definitely, there's people that I know who I would never recommend Godzilla, Romeo and Juliet to,
Right.
but it was 100% my shit.
Yeah.
Like, and I there's other friends that I have that I'm just like, yeah, the bit alone is like amazing.
It's if you get it, you're eating well, and
Yeah.
if not, then just look the other way.
Greg, did you read Skate Alley?
Oh no!
Okay, this is a book by
Oh,
Sam Humphries and
how
Kelly
did
Sue
you
DeConnick.
not read
Oh
this
my
book?
God!
Natasha Bustos, who we love her style.
Yeah.
And like this is, I mean, such a Greg comic.
Yeah, it is. Holy shit!
And it feels very like Scott Pilgrim, Brian Lee O'Malley.
This is
like,
Greg coded.
just like fun punk rock. Like the
Did this person do Snot Girl?
no different. Brian Lee O'Malley did Snot
Yeah.
Girl,
Oh,
but
okay.
Natasha Bustos has a very similar style to Brian Lee O'Malley in like or his like older stuff, right?
Mhm.
And this character has green hair, so very similar to Snot
Yeah.
Girl in that way. But in this world,
Oh, Sam Humphries and Kelly Sue DeConnick.
I mean,
that's right.
what a great team
Yeah.
for something like this, and speaks to I think Greg's sensibilities. But this is in a world wherein in LA skateboarding is like illegal, and there's these like street gangs
Ain't that the truth, brothers and sisters?
that like tap into the force basically to be like amazing skaters, and they've grouped into these kind of like gangs.
Gangs. Oh, Let me guess.
And-
Each gang has their own set of styles. And...
Yes, exactly right. And this girl is kind of like a loner who's like somehow becomes
The one.
amazing at skating without having had the capability yet to tap into this like Jedi force of skate. So you're also getting this like kind of RoboCop world of like police state cracking down on skating as just like symbolism for like,
hey man, it's been that way since the 90s.
being a teenager and nothing I do is allowed. And this comic fucking rocked.
Hell
I
yeah.
mean, it reads in some senses kind of like a teenage comic or like YA comic, but I think in a way that's really fun for people our age to read because it feels extremely nostalgic, and I love the Bustos A cover. This was the last A cover that my shop had, and I thought I was picking up a variant because I like filtered through the covers to be like, which one do I like the most? And I thought this was so
Hell
killer and just felt like Scott Pilgrim, and man, was it a good comic. You'd love it, Greg.
Shit, if you want me to buy a comic book, make it about skateboarding or punk rock or pizza.
So my Pizza Punks skate book is gonna sell a million copies.
Andy, I already told you there's too much nudity for me
Oh, right.
in that book.
Vargas and I both read M1 Monster Racing League.
God, this was so much fun. This is just Speed Racer.
Yes, it is like empty brained fun.
Yeah.
I do.
Well, hell yeah.
I do think it does lack substance in a way.
How dare you?
It to its credit, it wanted to feature Jay Lee's art.
Yes, that's right.
Right,
It is more or less like Jay Lee's art.
It is a visual book.
Yes,
First and foremost.
and I think if you Jay Lee has a style.
I don't see Jay Lee drawing cars, so this is...
Dude, well, that's the cool part about it, is that they are cars.
Holistically unique.
They are Jay
Okay.
Lee they are cars in the style of Jay Lee. Like, not the other way around. Like, it's not him drawing a car, it's him designing a car.
That's like Geiger, like, designing a
Yes.
Hot Wheels.
That's exactly right.
It is the story of a teen that moves to Japan. She loves street racing, finds another kid that is like, hey, I'll do bad shit with you. And my brother actually has an in an underground racing league. It is whatever, like Too Fast, Too Furious. You know what I mean? Whatever the, Tokyo Drift.
Okay.
It is Tokyo Drift in a comic book.
Yeah.
And for that reason, I was kind of like, come on now, give me a little bit of something like different or with a little more substance than that.
Yeah.
And it doesn't give that, but at the same time, it's not trying
It's not trying to.
to do anything like it doesn't like have the promise of being like crazy original, or at least let me say this too. Monster Racing League. It does not deliver with like dragons on the cover. It does not get to the point of the comic book in this issue.
Yes, correct.
The second issue, demons or some shit are going to show up. Why aren't they in this book?
What you find out is, if memory serves, the cars are monsters. And it's kind of like...
The cars are monsters.
That's what I remember the pitch for this book being.
I don't remember that.
Monster racing
is that-
demons in disguise.
Yeah, is like the cars are like Pokemon. And they like a monster turns into a car that these people drive.
I did not get that at all from this.
That's because it's not in this book.
Yeah. So I think that's another reason that like you have in a first issue to sell somebody on the second issue, you have to get to the premise in some regard.
Yeah. If
And
Monster Racing League doesn't show up till issue 10, I'm going to be cheesed.
It just doesn't do that.
I thought it was a fun, again, speed racer
Yeah.
racing fish out of water book.
I'm Mike DeStacy, and I've been wrong this entire time.
I'm Greg Lichtai, and I've been wrong every time before that.
I've never been right in my entire life, and I'm
Okay.
Andy Vargas.
All right. We'll see you guys next week.
Or
We're gonna-
will we?
We're going to try to be right from then on. Bye. First Issue Club podcast is brought to you by Boulevard Brewing Company, the people responsible for our favorite drinks, the Space Camper Cosmic IPA family of beers. Our show is edited and produced by our hosts Mike DeStacy, Greg Lichtig, and Andy Vargas. You can find us on social media at First Issue Club, and you can join the supporters who keep our humble podcast going on our Patreon at patreon.com/firstissueclub.